Yo, you good in there?
Yeah, I'm just moving things around.
What you mean moving things around? Yo, can't be sleeping in here, bro. It's a storage facility.
Bro, you're disturbing my
Nah, bro,
workplace.
you can't sleep here, bro.
So this is what homeless people do. They try to live in here. We gotta kick their ass out.
Listen. I'm gonna miss this shed. This is probably the cheapest rent I'm ever gonna have to pay in California. Thank you for the memories.
This is low-key crazy. So this dude is getting arrested for living out of this storage unit for 2+ years after his friend snitched on him. Just wait till you see this place.
I've never seen this happen, and I never thought I would ever see it, or I only thought maybe it happened like once every 3-4 years or whatever. Somebody was living in a storage unit.
OMG, guys, I cannot believe I am doing this. I did a thing. Yes, I did a thing. I went ahead and moved into a storage unit. And of course, there is a bigger picture behind it. I definitely have a plan. But for now, we talking about living in this storage unit. So this first week has been crazy and kind of humbling as well. I had to go wash clothes at a laundromat for the first time in 12 years. And when I tell you that experience left me on the floor, I've had to take out my own trash, which is also crazy because I haven't done that in, let's say about 4 or 5 years. Every place I move to, they take out the trash for me. So I'm having to do everything on my own. However, it does let me know that I am stronger than what I thought. And as hard as it is to believe, living in this storage unit has actually given me a boost of confidence. I feel so much more determined. I feel so much more at peace. I do my daily devotionals every single night. I'm on night 9 as of now. And I know y'all have some questions for me, so let me get them out the way. No, I am not at the storage unit all day. I am not. I'm only there from 9 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. the next morning. So I'm not there all day. Somebody asked how I use the restroom. Well, as you guys can see in the previous clip, I do actually have a toilet. But I'm so grateful for this experience. Look at my car. It ended up having an issue and I just got it fixed the next morning. This is the type of life I'm trying to live. Enjoy my journey.
Wow. I mean, first of all, her digs don't look that bad. With the purple lighting, her bed's up off the ground. I mean, she has a TV in there. I don't know how exactly. I didn't know storage units had outlets. She has her toilet. She has where she cooks her food. Again, that seems dangerous to me. Where's the ventilation? I don't know. But hey, she's doing what she needs to do. And it sounds as though she went from living in an apartment where everything was done for her to now doing this. She didn't really say why. She said she has a plan. I'm guessing she's trying to save up money for something. Or maybe she's trying to dig herself out of debt. She's on some debt journey to get out of her debt. Whatever it is, I commend her. To me, it seems a bit dangerous from a safety standpoint, like physically, because again, just the fumes. But hey, this is what some people are resorting to. You know, I'm a big proponent of living like no one else, so that later you can live like no one else. That's a Dave Ramsey quote. And so this is definitely living like no one else to later live like no one else. She's gone extreme. Like for me, I've lived with family. I live with my parents rather, to save money. I've lived with roommates. I've rented out rooms in the house that I owned to offset the mortgage. I've driven cheap or inexpensive cars. I've taken inexpensive vacations. I don't buy a lot of clothes. My point is, I do a lot of things that a lot of people don't want to do so that I can have a strong financial foundation. I've worked multiple jobs. This is a level that I don't think I would be able to go to. I never say never. Maybe I find myself in a position where I have to do something like this and I have to do it because I have to. But to do it by choice, this doesn't seem like it's for me. But hey, to each their own. She seems like she's making it work. But yeah, it's a bit extreme. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is this something you think you could do? Live in a storage unit? Now, don't get me wrong. It looks cozy. It looks cozy, but I just don't think I could do it.
This is low-key crazy. So this dude is getting arrested for living out of this storage unit for 2+ years after his friend snitched on him. Just wait till you see this place. Now I feel he low-key has a solution to homelessness. And he's quite the decorator. We're going to get into all the little details here. But just the fact that he was living here for 2 years and nobody had any idea tells us that small units like this could be a solution. I mean, which would you rather have it? In small units like this, or you have them on the streets? Now, taking a deeper look, bro is low-key cooking. He's got a little microwave oven in there. I don't know what these are exactly, but it looks like something that you can use for working out. Don't know why he's got so many of them, though. And he doesn't have a laundry unit, so obviously his dirty clothes are gonna pile up. He's got a little speaker system and a gaming chair. I wonder if he's got a PS5 in there somewhere. But what do you guys think? Should they have arrested him, or should they have just kicked him out? Personally, I'd rather have him living out of here than right on the street. But what do you think?
I think as long as it's done safely, whatever. Now, again, if I was the owner of that storage unit, would I want this guy living in one of my storage units? No, I would not. I'll be honest about that. So I think that what this guy said a second ago about how this kind of lends itself to proving that small spaces could work, we know that. I think that that's gonna be one of the shifts that we see, along with people being more communal and living with extended family or living with friends or living with small communities where they pool resources. I think that's coming just because of the way people aren't prepared for retirement, number one, and just because of the way people just can't afford to keep up with things. The solution is not living in a storage unit, I wouldn't say. I would say that it's developing smaller places for people to live. Now, to answer this question directly, would I rather have this guy on the street or in a storage unit? Man, listen, I'm gonna take this from the perspective of a capitalist perspective, and you might get mad at me for that, but I'm gonna say, if you made an agreement with the storage unit owner and he's paying for that storage unit, fine. I mean, if you're paying me whatever the going rate is for my storage unit, cool. I don't want you to damage it. I mean, he's painting all over the place. I guess it's not really damage, but I wouldn't want all that to happen. You know, it's like if you rent an apartment, you don't paint all over the walls. Well, I guess you can do that, but you have to restore it to how it looked before when you rented it. But anyway, point is, people are reverting or going to live in storage units because they can't afford to live anywhere else except for the street. And it's a sad situation. My heart goes out to people like this. I think we do need to find solutions. I think that government involvement might need to be in play here. I think that we need to find, even it's imperative on landlords, private owners, to create spaces for folks who are lower income maybe, and then just like with Section 8, you can get paid by the government for them to live in your small units, and you're making money and they have a healthy place to stay and a safe place to stay. So I think if we start to make more affordable places, it would solve for this problem and people wouldn't have to revert or, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for, resort to living in storage units.
So if y'all been paying attention, y'all know I live in storage. I lost my job. Yeah, you see, I had a whole bunch of money. I don't got no money. I'm staying in the storage now. But I said I was gonna make the best of it. So yeah, you know that storages be having these reuse centers. So I found this bike one day at the reuse center, and I was like, I'm gonna put this on Facebook Market, and I put it on Facebook Market for $55, y'all. And it took me a little bit to sell it, probably like a week or so. You know what I'm saying? But somebody finally called and said they wanted it. Text me on Facebook, said they wanted it, and I was like, all right, bet. Boom, they pulled up. You know, I went up to my storage and brought it back down, and I let him test ride. He hopped on that mug, sent me my money. I was gonna make the best of staying in a storage. We making money already.
All right, so this gentleman here, it seems like he's the opposite of the first woman. I don't think he chose to live in a storage unit. I think that he fell on hard times. Like he said, he lost his job. He went from having money to having no money. And so now he's having to live in a storage unit and he's trying to make the most of it. So now he's finding stuff in a storage unit. I don't know if that stuff is meant to be taken by anybody, but he's selling it. I wouldn't put this online if I was him. I would say that. But hey, he's doing what he has to do. He fell on hard times and now he's forced to live in a storage unit. I'm not gonna pass judgment. I'm not gonna disparage him. I'm not gonna say anything bad. People try to make things work how they can, get it how they live, so to speak. And if you fall on hard times, you have to do what you have to do. And certainly seems like he's doing that.
I've never seen this happen, and I never thought I would ever see it, or I only thought maybe it happened like once every 3-4 years or whatever. Somebody was living in a storage unit in the facility that I run my eBay store out of. It's a brand new facility. The one manager, I guess, was doing his like routine walks around because they sweep, they mop like almost like every other day here. So it's a very clean facility. I guess he noticed one of the doors were like half open. Now like So you can notice, like, I have a bigger door than everyone else, but it was like half open, like right here. And he noticed that there was a bunch of food and drinks, and obviously in storage units, you cannot have any food or drinks in there. So that was like a red flag for him. And so he just kind of like peeked underneath and saw a guy sleeping on a bed. So he opened the door and was just like, hey, bro, you gotta leave. You cannot sleep here. You have already breached your contract, yada, yada, yada. And apparently this dude had, like, I guess, a little mini apartment in his storage unit. He told him that he had to vacate the premises, you know, yada, yada, yada. The guy refused to leave. Then he was nice enough to be like, hey, listen, we'll give you until Monday or Tuesday to just clean everything out and get out. He refused, took a chair out, sat in front of his unit and said, I'm not leaving. And then he's just like, well, if you're not going to leave, I'm going to call the cops. And then he started threatening the manager here, saying that, like, once he leaves, he's going to come back specifically for him. And so he immediately went back to the office, called the cops. The guy comes back into the office and was just like, no, wait, hold on, bro. You know, like playing the whole thing like, oh, I'm just joking. Cops came here, got him to clean up whatever a little bit, and then pretty much sat here until he left. I've never seen that before. Just wild.
I think he may be talking about the guy we saw in the intro video where he was laying in the bed and the guy came in there. He's like, hey, you got to get out. He might be talking about that same situation. I'm not 100% sure. What's unfortunate here is that some people, this is all they have to do. I mean, obviously there's choices we all make. I'm not saying he can't make a different choice and make more money or do what he needs to do. We don't know his situation. But unfortunately, a lot of people, this is what they're resorting to, having to go live inside storage units. I don't want to say it's the times that we're in, because times have always been hard and we all make our own decisions unless we have maybe some kind of mental challenge that maybe gets in our way, or maybe fell on hard times and maybe there's drugs involved or whatever the case may be, because that's typically what happens when you talk about homeless people. But some people, you know, they fall on hard times and they try to find a way to make it work. And one of those ways that they try to find to make it work is to live in storage units. And it is kind of odd, and it is also kind of sad. Anyway, with that being said, guys, thanks for sticking around this far in the video. Feel free to like and subscribe. And until next time, make smart financial decisions.